Hey guys, so this video is meant to help you with the assignment speed versus kinetic energy. This is a continuation of the assignment mass versus kinetic energy, so if you've not done that one yet, you need to do that assignment first. This assignment starts off the same way with you listing a hypothesis as to whether or not speed affects how much kinetic energy an object has, and then listing the independent and dependent variables of the experiment, as well as listing the controls. So we're going to do this experiment using the same materials as yesterday. What we do is we set up the ramp at one height, run the test 3 times to test how far the ball knocks the soda can at the bottom of the ramp, and then we put the ramp at a higher height. This would increase the speed of the ball, and then run the test some more to see if that changes how far the soda can goes. And thereby we should know if speed influences how much kinetic energy an object has. Alright guys, so as you can see, I've got it set up here for our lower height. I'm going to run the trial 3 times and then move it to our higher height and run the trial again. Okay? So I'm going to start by placing the ball on the thumbtack there. Let it go. Hit our can. For our first trial, it looks like we're about 32.5 centimeters. Okay, now I have our ramp set up for our second height. Now I didn't mention a minute ago that we're measuring the height of these ramps as well. We're just measuring to the height of the kickstand essentially. And so here you can see it's about 44 and a half centimeters, 44 centimeters tall. Yeah, 44 centimeters tall. On this one, the other one was about 23 centimeters tall. And so we'll reset. Once again, placing the ball on the thumbtack. Okay, then we need to measure out our distance here. I'm just going to do this straight, and then what I'll do, I'm going to take another meter stick, run it at a 90-degree angle from the can to meter stick over here. That tells me I'm about 54.5 centimeters for this first run. Here you can see the data that I collected for you guys. At the top you see the height of the ramps. Ramp 1 was 20.5 centimeters, ramp 2 was 44 centimeters. You can also see the distances that the can moved. Your job now is to take those distances and use them to calculate the average that you'll then graph on the next slide. Here you're going to just graph the averages like you did yesterday. On this slide, we have 2 of the same analysis questions from yesterday's lesson. What patterns did you notice in the data? And then based on the results, what is the relationship between the speed of an object and the amount of kinetic energy? Then you use your data to support that. But we also need to make sure we define the word force. So force is a measurement of how much energy an object has. Force can be measured as mass times the speed of an object. And so as a class, we came up with the definition that force is how much energy an object has when it impacts another object. And the formula, like I just mentioned, was force is equal to mass times acceleration.